But there's new insight tonight into the former president's take on the violent efforts on January 6th. Let's not forget to overturn the election he lost. Newly released audio that comes to us from Pulitzer Prize-winning journalism duo Carol Leonnig and Phil Rucker of the Washington Post. They interviewed Trump at Mar-a-Lago back in March for their book, I Alone Can Fix It. And here is what Trump told them about the day his supporters laid siege to and desecrated the Capitol. And again, in an effort to overturn the election, which, of course, led to Trump being impeached for a second time.
And it was a loving crowd, too, by the way. There was a lot of love. I've heard that from everybody. Many, many people have told me. That was a loving crowd. And, it was too bad. It was too bad that they did that. The Capitol Police were very friendly. They were hugging the kids. You don't see that. Personally, what I wanted is what they wanted. They showed up just to show support, because I happen to believe the election was rigged at a level like nothing has ever been rigged before.
It's a loving crowd. And now there's been a meltdown of sorts over this bipartisan effort to investigate that insurrection, the one where Capitol Police definitely were not being hugged and kissed, the one that left many Capitol Police officers with permanent injuries. And Phil Rucker, I would indeed like to begin with you and your work based on your interview, which, of course, goes on for 2.5 hours in the moment there in Mar-a-Lago. Trump is not living in our current reality, and you could argue that through line is living in Republican members in the House as of yet.
That's exactly right, Brian. To listen to former President Trump talk about January 6th, talk about the election from last fall, talk about what he expected Vice President Mike Pence to do to try to overturn a Democratic election, you realize he's living in a dystopian alternative reality. Virtually nothing that he said in the course of that interview was true. The audio clip you played at the beginning of the show had the former president, saying there was a lot of love and hugs and kisses among the rioters at the Capitol. But we all saw with our own eyes the video. There was not love. There was a lot of hate and hostility and violence, and in fact, deadly violence. It was a horrific and haunting event. But Trump's mindset has become so warped, and it is, as you point out, transferred to so many Republicans in the Congress. They're fearful of alienating the former president and in turn alienating his tens of millions of supporters. And so that's why you see so many Republican congressmen, including the leader of the House minority, Kevin McCarthy, latching on to the former president's big lie about the election and trying to resist any sort of thorough and fulsome investigation of what happened on January 6th.